Hi, my name is Lois Ellen Frank, and I'm the chef owner of Red Mesa Cuisine in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I'm going to show you how to make a dry rub and put it on a piece of meat. We're going to be using elk today, and we're featuring products from Made in New Mexico. We're going to be using a red chili oil, Hatch red chili powder, and the recipe that we're doing today can be found in the cookbook I did called Foods of the Southwest Indian Nations. The first thing that I'm going to show you is we're going to take a knife and we want to cut off any fat or silver skin that's on the meat. So you're going to look for the silver skin and then take your knife going under that silver skin and pulling it off, making sure that there is no fat anywhere on the meat. This is very lean meat, but depending on what meat you use, and you can use any kind of meat, there may be a little more fat that you'll have to remove. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to toast our spices. We've toasted all of the spices, but I'm going to show you how to do one. I'm going to show you how to toast the cumin. In the background, I have a cast iron pan that's hot. I'm going to take my spice and put it into the pan. And what you want to do is you want to let those spices toast. You can actually see a little of the smoke coming off and you can hear it sizzling. Once your spices have toasted, you're going to pour it into a spice grinder so that we can grind those spices. Make sure that the spice is completely ground. Once your spice has been ground, oh, and the smell is amazing. We're toasting our spices because toasted spices have better flavor. We're going to mix all of our spices for the dry rub. The spices that we're using today is we're using some ground cumin, some toasted ground coriander, some toasted ground anise or fennel, Hatch New Mexico red chili powder, some dried thyme, some freshly ground black pepper, and some kosher salt. Once you have all your spices in your bowl, you want to make sure that you mix them evenly, taking any clumps or lumps out of the mixture as you mix it together. Once your rub has been completely mixed and all the lumps are out, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our meat and use some of the New Mexico red chili oil, which we want to pour all over the meat, and that's going to ensure that our dry rub sticks to the meat so that we can marinate it. Pour the red chili oil evenly all over the meat and make sure that the oil covers all parts of the meat. You want to make sure and do this on both sides. After you have oil on the meat, take some of the dry rub and make sure that it is all over the meat on every part of it, on both sides. For the marinade. Once you have your dry rub all the way around, we're going to be using some pine branches. We're using New Mexico pinon. We're going to put one branch underneath the meat. That's going to add additional flavor. and then we're going to put 2 branches on top. The next thing that you want to do is you want to take some plastic wrap, and you want to make sure that you cover your meat with the plastic wrap. I usually do half on one side and then another piece on the other side, pushing down all the ingredients and taking out the air. I like to do one more piece, putting it completely over the tray, pushing down and getting the air out, covering the meat. This meat is now going to go into the refrigerator and marinate for 24 hours. After it's marinated, we're going to sear the meat, and we're going to be serving it with a dried cherry sauce, a sweet potato mash. The recipes will be on the website for Made in New Mexico. So join us for the next episode when we show you how to sear the meat and serve it for a delicious meal. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you for the next episode.